Tommy Wilson's the first one that comes to mind. Just unbelievable. Even training games, couldn't get the ball off him. Just elbows everywhere. But I speak to Tommy quite a lot now and then, and I always mention things about him when I was a young lad. But yeah, I would say Tommy Wilson. I'm going to say Paul Sheeran, because it's the one that always springs to mind. Again, just we played against him when he was at Arbroath, and he was older at that time, so I thought I fancied myself to get close to him and get the ball off him. And at Harlaw we were okay at it, but we played him down there and he was a joke. Like, he just turning on a sixpence, he was turning direction all the time, you just couldn't get near him. So yeah, I mean there's a few, but he's the first one that always pops in my head. It used to be Fort William, used to love that, because no disrespect to Fort William, we always fancied ourselves to get a result there, so you knew it was going to be a good crack on the way home. Wick's a tough one, because it's got to be Wick now, because it's the longest, because you get some scenes on the bus on the way home. Some boys come out their shell a wee bit too much on the trips. I've seen some things on buses home from there, so it's got to be Wick. A very basic one, when I played fullback, Scotty Buchan, Ian Alexander, Scotty Buchan was manager, Ian Alexander was one of the coaches, and as a fullback, they used to just say, if you've nothing on, clip that ball into the back of the opposition fullback, because they have to turn, and you give your winger or your attacker running onto it a good chance, and if you play it correctly, they can be running onto the ball and pick it up. So first thing that springs to mind, definitely that. No, because I love football for what it is. If you look at, take Highland League for example, decisions are made in games. Now I agree there's a lot of wrong decisions that get made, and at the time can you disagree with it and that, but that's what football's about. It's high tempo, there's tackles going, and I think if you look at VAR, especially for me, I like a tackle, and if you look at VAR, everything's slowed down to like the point that the tackle looks terrible, when in real time it's not a bad tackle. And I think the more we'll have all this VR type thing, we're going to lose the physical side of the game, because you won't be able to do anything, because you'll get retrospective action for something that happened during a game, or it is good for penalty decisions. So I'm kind of split on it, because like penalty handballs and stuff, I agree it's good to help the referees, because referees have a hard time as it is, but I'm going to say no. I like a bit of badminton. We'll go for that. I like a bit of badminton. Not watching it around, but I like a game of badminton now and then. I'm not any use at it, but it's good. A bit of extra fitness. It's something different. Definitely not Thomas Reid. We played in the Scottish Cup game and it was his music, and I'm blaming him for our defeat. Nathan Mears is usually good for it, or Mark Suter. They've usually got a good playlist. If I had my choice, it would be me. Bit of Westlife and that, but none of the other boys like it. Gotta be Nathan Mears. Although, as a young lad came up to us to one of the pre-season games, and he was sitting, he'd obviously got picked to come up with us, and he was on the bench and that, and he was sitting in the change room. Gaffers are just a way to do his team talk, and he's sitting Snapchatting on his phone. Now, I've caught him twice. He's not with us just now, but he's one of the young lads, one of the promising young lads, and I caught him during pre-season, so he'll be one to watch for once he comes through. I loved Prison Break when it first came out, and finished that. I like a bit of The Chase at 5 o'clock when I finish my work, just because it's on when I'm pottering about in the kitchen. But probably I like a bit of Family Guy. I'm not a big telly person, I'm into knit series and stuff, and as well, but probably one of them too. Well, if it's something that can help me, a boat. Do you know the guy that's in the film We Are the Millers? The young lad. I could never tell you his name. I met him in London. I can't remember his name. He's in a few films now. He's actually got more famous. So I was down in London, it was like London Cocktail Week, and I've got a few pals that stay down there, so me and my mate went down, so we was at this fancy cocktail thing, and we met him, so I was up yapping to him just about his films, and about cocktails actually that night as well, seeing how hammered he was going to get. But then Jimmy Bullard and the Beast as well from Wickham, met him, but all in the same weekend, so all of them absolutely nailed on. David Beckham, Carol Vorderman, who else would I have? Maybe Shania Twain, you know that? Ronan Keating as well. That four, that's perfect.